this is my drink, okay? For Olympic distance, I just have realized that I like to drink when I want to drink.
Yeah.
And especially for these hot races like turtle crawl, woo-wee! Early season races that, you know, I'm not really used to the heat yet. I want to drink when I want to drink. So, sprints, I just take what's on the course. I'm not going to be out there long enough to worry about it. But, because the other thing I like to do too, I know I just ran around the parking lot.
It was a big parking lot.
The other thing I like to do too, because I've got my drink, when I go through the aid stations, again, this is for like the super hot races, which I think they all are now, I don't know. I like to take water and dump it on my head, okay? Or, because I've got my hat, like for Macon that I did a couple weeks ago, that hat, every aid station, ice in the hat, hat on the head. That's why I don't recommend visors for these hot races. Put ice in your head, numb your brain so you don't have to think about how stinking hot it is. That saved me at Macon because it was like 97 degrees for 13.1 miles. Each leg of the race, you're setting yourself up for the next one. So on the bike, you need to make sure you're drinking, and if it's a longer race, you're taking in the calories you need to take in practice to set you up for having a good run. And then if you have like an aid station issue where they're not where they're supposed to be, at least you've got some reserves. And like again, for longer distance, I'm taking my drink with me. But shorter, I'm just not, you know, shorter than Olympic. Olympic, I found, I just like to have my drink so I can drink when I want and get the calories in. Because again, I'm out there for 3 hours, so.
Do they make these smaller? The ones you can carry with you?
They make like the fuel belt, where you can.
Some of them. I've got the smaller one.
Yeah,
smaller.
Yeah. Do they?
Maybe that's not going to be a bad thing just in case.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to lug this around to better meat on either.
Yeah.
But,
and definitely get one and practice with it. You know?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I take that for any run that's like 6 miles or more. I take that for training, just so I have it. I don't have to worry about it, and I don't want to, especially in the summer heat.
You put it around your waist?
This this just has a little handle, so I'm just like training.
I can't.
And I
hate
the thing
I don't like
I didn't either, but the thing I don't like, I wish I could make this tighter, but I do try to keep my hand nice and loose. So, but by the end of the run, by the end of the run, it's empty anyway, so it's not a big issue.
You want to balance?
And you need to do what you need to do to be comfortable, because that's a long day. And you know, practice in the shorts you're going to wear. Don't worry about transition times for your first one. You know, just get all your stuff and train in it so you know how it feels, especially your bike shorts, because that's going to be the longest part of your race. Is that 112 mile bike ride. For iron distance, you have most of the races, of course, the sanctioned Ironman sanctioned races. You have a changing tent. So each time you come into transition, okay, you know about the bags, right?
Yeah.
All your bags. Okay, so what happens for Ironman is you pack a bag for each transition, and you have your special needs bags. So for your transition bags, most people come in off the swim, they grab their bag when a volunteer gives it to you, you go into the change tent, and a lot of people totally change into like bike shorts and jersey, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you go do your thing, and you've got your special needs bag out there on the bike, so if you want to put something new in there, you've got that option. Then you come into the run, and you get your bag again, and you've got all your stuff in there. If you want to change into like running shorts and a different shirt, and again, like what I like to do for Ironman is on my special needs run, I like to have a dry long sleeve shirt because I'm probably finishing in the dark.
Yeah.
So I like to have like there was nothing better than putting on a dry shirt halfway through the run, man. That felt so good, and drinking my V8.
Oh. But how long does your transition?
They're going to be longer, but who cares? You've got 17 hours.
Special needs bag on the run, is it at a special station that you pick up?
It's like at the halfway point on the bike and the run, and you pack it with like, okay, I've got a whole other spreadsheet for that. Whenever you're ready to do Ironman, you just let me know. I'll send you my spreadsheet.
Okay.
But basically, you put in, like, if you want to have new bike bottles, or if you have stuff you want to put in for your new bottles, you put your bottles in there. If you want a snack, like if I've had like an Ironman peanut butter and jelly sandwich, my V8 juice, I think I had like a Rice Krispie treat. I think I had some like cheese crackers. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I put like extra contact in there. I put like Imodium. I put Aleve.
Oh, Imodium.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, you didn't hear that from me. So like you can put anything you think you might want in there. Like for the run, I would put, at that time I was using Fuel Belt, so I put a whole nother set of bottles in there so I could switch them out. I had my long sleeve dry shirt. It had my little reflective dots on there, because again, we're finishing in the dark. And I've got my V8. Again, I probably have my cheese crackers, Rice Krispie treat, whatever I think I'm going to want. You put in your special needs bag. Riding and riding and riding. Like, I could probably use a little stop. Riding. No porta potty. I'm like, all right, all good. I'm good. So then I thought to myself, and, I didn't really understand that when I came out of transition after the bike to go on the run, I thought I was going to pass by the big, long set of porta potties that they had along transition, outside of transition. But instead of bringing us that way, they kind of brought us a different way that didn't go past them. So I got out, and again, it's Macon, it's hot. I'm already like totally sweaty. So I got out, and Macon is kind of like where you run through the park and you cross the street, and then you're in a residential area, and then the aid station is like a mile away. So as soon as I was kind of in the clear where no one was around, I just kind of let it loose. And
while you were running?
Yeah.
Down your legs.
Yep. I had to.
Yeah, we all heard that before on the bike, on
I know somebody does it all the time.
And then,
that's therefore don't ever help people after a race.
It probably sounds.
The pros do that all the time.
Right.
And it sounds.
It's just clear.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like it sounds disgusting, but it really is. Like if you're hydrating properly, it is just going to be clear. And then again, 13 miles, two bodies out there on the run course. So I did what I needed to do, and I felt like a million times better. Back to like race karma. Remember I told you about that St. Anthony's race where I was 7 seconds over 3 hours. The one thing I guess I learned this through I learned it through team and training, to be honest. Race karma can get you a long way. And one of the things I did at that St. Anthony's race was, there's that rule about no outside assistance. Well, once in a while, I think it's okay to break the rules, because there was a guy on the side of the road on the bike, and this was kind of just what we did. You go by people, and you're like, are you okay? You need anything? He's like, I need a CO2 cartridge. So I stopped my bike, I pulled out my stuff out of my little bag, and I just gave him everything I had, and I went on my merry way. No, I gave him my pump. That's right. At that time, I had a pump connected to my bike. So I just gave it to him, and later in transition, he had put it back. So he saw my number, and he put my thing back. There was another race, this was down in Claremont again, where another guy was on the side of the road, and he needed, at that time, he was riding a bike that had 650 wheels, which is what my tri-bike has, and just not everyone has 650 wheels, because you have to have certain tubes to go with, obviously, a different size wheel. And so he's on the side of the road needing a tube, and everyone's trying to help him, but no one has 650s. So I stopped and gave him my 650s and just went on my way. Well, this dude ended up looking at my race number. He actually, I was doing team and training at the time. This was like in I think this was in 03. So he basically tracked me down, found my email, emailed me, saw I was doing team and training because he saw my little fundraising page, sent me a check for $50. We stayed in touch. We both did Macon the next year. So we met up there. I met his family. We all kind of made friends and just stayed in touch, and it was pretty cool.